Hello guys, welcome to my how to ride a bike video. We're in Sunnyside, Johannesburg. This is a Ticket Pro Dome. It's actually Northgate, so it's like sunny. It's a winter's day, but it's quite sunny. Anyways, my biggest challenge getting onto my new bike, which is a big boy Superlight 200cc, was that it's a manual bike. My previous bike was a scooter, Moto Mia scooter, rest in peace. That was just like that one actually. Yeah, it was automatic, and you didn't have to change any gears. But my biggest challenge was getting onto this bike, which has a clutch and a gear lever. And getting those into sync was kind of the hardest thing, but I'll walk you through it, as I'm still also a beginner, but this is what I found. And I'm on a nice incline so that I can teach you about clutch control on an incline as well, because that was also something I had problems with. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just put the kickstand down and I'll go through with it too. So this is my bike. This is the gearbox, gear lever as you might call it. So all the way down is gear 1, half click up, that's neutral, half click or full click up, 2, 3, 4 and 5 gears on this bad boy. And you do that simultaneously whilst holding the clutch pedal in. You have to do that. You can't click up without the clutch. And your brake pedal, rear brakes on my bike is this one. If you can see, it's this one. And front brakes are these ones. So everything on the left is to control the gears. Everything on the right is for braking. Let's start it up. Put the gear lever, the kickstand away, start the bike. Cool. So let me take off the indicator. So if you can see, the neutral light is showing on, so it's indicating that I'm in neutral, and that's where you always want to start your bike in, because in gear 1, if you just start it, it might just lurch forward, and you don't want that. So where do we begin? Let's go about it this way. Clutch in, full press, you push down. Oh, let me first start it. So it's on, clutch is in. I'm holding the front brake so that it doesn't roll back, but preferably you can also do your rear brake so that it doesn't fall back as well. Then one click down. Can you see now it's in gear 1? And since we're on an incline, I'm just going to hold the rear brake because it's much easier. Push the rear brake in so I'm not moving back, and then I'm going to start releasing the clutch. Can you hear that? That means the gear is engaging. So if I was to leave this, the bike will start moving on its own. So I'm letting the clutch out a little bit, and the bike is starting to move on its own, and this is on an incline. So that is the first step. If you put the clutch back in, then it rears a bit higher. I put it back in neutral and nothing's happening. So one more time, I put the clutch in, all the way full press, and click 1 down. So I just literally clicked 1 down there on my foot pedal on the gear exchange, and I'm going to start letting go again. As you can see, I'm not holding the throttle, and the bike starts moving. every time I let go of the clutch, the rev sounds change to a bit more, I would say, muffled sound. It's not as higher revs as before when it was in neutral. So whenever the clutch is in, it's basically like it's in neutral. So right now I'm just drifting in gear 1 with no throttle on. I'm just letting go of the clutch a little bit, and gotta be careful for cars, but I should be fine. So one more time, and if I fully let go, now I'm in moving at like 11 kilometers an hour, and the bike is pretty steady. Put back the clutch in, put the brakes, and you can hear it's revving quite high. That's because the clutch is in. Okay, now that we've got past gear 1, which is usually the harder part for most people, for me definitely was, we're gonna try gear 2. Getting to gear 2, it's the same thing with gear 3, gear 4, but just looking at your rev count. So I'm gonna let it go one more time, and I fully let go of everything, and my legs are all good. Just to show you, I'm dangling them so that for the sake of the video, but you shouldn't dangle your legs when you're actually riding, because that's very dangerous. All right, so this is an uphill, and I want to put in the rear brake down, start letting go of the clutch. It's in gear 1. It's ready to go, but depending on how much of an uphill, I might have to give it a little bit more gas. So I'm letting go, but it's struggling, so I'm going to give it a bit more gas. I'm going to give it a bit more gas whilst I'm letting go of the clutch. Gas in, clutch out. It's revving a bit too high now, so this is where the whole gear 2 part comes into play. So let me make a turn, left turn, and then I can show you how to get into gear 2. So I'm going to accelerate a little bit, and when the rev starts getting too loud, then I'm going to change into gear 2. Then we'll go again, clutch in, kick up, gear 2. I let go of the clutch too quickly, and that's why there was that shudder, and I was supposed to release the throttle. I'm going to go back into gear 1, try that again. So go, clutch in, kick up, release clutch, and we're in gear 2. Kick down to go all the way back to gear 1. Slow the bike down, and let's try it one more time. So I'm letting go of the clutch. If you can see clearly, if it's clear to you guys, I'm letting go of the clutch slowly but surely, and there's a part where it just kicks in and the bike is moving, and it's shuddering because there's not enough power to go up the hill, small hill. So I'm going to give it a little bit of gas, let go of the accelerator, kick up, let go of the clutch. I'm in gear 2. So yeah, that's how to start riding a bike, and just getting into first and second gear and uphill incline to some extent. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you on the next one. GoPro, stop recording.